Hey guys, it's PSA Rants, and we're back. Me and Abel, we're going to talk about the England 2021 Euro squad. Go on.
All right, so the first question is, what do you think the starting 11 for the England squad should be like?
All right, I think we can do this one together. Striker, who would you think?
I think we should start from the goalkeeper.
You want to start with the goalkeeper? Okay. Goalkeeper, who would you think?
I think...
A possible Dean Henderson.
I think Henderson should have a shout. Obviously,
Nick Pope's been pretty well.
I'm not too sure about Pope.
I think he's
Pickford's always
Pickford.
there. He's always been England's number one.
I think with Pickford, you can get a bigger voice in defense compared to Henderson. I think Henderson will be a more reliable shot stopper, but Pickford has looked very unstable parts of the season.
I think the first choice should be Henderson. I think the season he's had with Sheffield, he's helped them get to where they were this season and how far they've gotten. A big part of it was Dean Henderson. I think he's a great player. He makes some great saves. And he's probably been top 3 keepers in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, definitely. Left back, probably...
Ben Chilwell's there. Luke Shaw's there. Bukayo Saka from Arsenal's there. I don't think he'll get it. He's more of an attacking player.
You could do Danny Rose for the experience. I don't know how well he's been playing for Newcastle, I think.
Probably Ben Chilwell should.
Yeah, Chilwell, probably.
2 center halves. There's obviously Harry Maguire. There's a lot of shouts.
Maguire is definitely in there.
I think Mings should have a go.
Mings is a good player. I think Dyer, I know some people might not like him, but I think he's a good player to have in there. Do you have anyone else that you could possibly...
Phil Jones, the GOAT.
I think Tarkowski. He's had a good season with Burnley.
There's Ben Mee as well.
Ben Mee, yeah.
There's I think a Chelsea player should have a go. I think
Tomori, that's a definitely shot. Keane from Everton.
I think Tomori's had a great first season at Chelsea. He's a great youngster. Unfortunately, he couldn't play for Canada. Would have been great seeing him in
the
red.
decision is Maguire with a partner of Dyer, Tomori, Tarkowski, or Mings. Mings, for me, started off the season really well.
Kind of dropped off.
Drop off.
I know he's in a poor team, but
he should be doing better, man. You know, Maguire started with Hull City, and they got relegated too. So right back.
This is a big question.
This is a very controversial one.
Yeah, very
also,
controversial.
for a shout, you could play Walker at center back. He's been played there for City multiple times.
Walker's right back. Obviously, he's a great player.
But he could play center back.
I think Wan-Bissaka has an edge on Kyle Walker, being defensive, but probably Kyle Walker might be a little better going forward.
You know, the real question is Trent or Wan-Bissaka. I think it all depends on the matchup.
I think if you're playing a team like France, you should go with Wan-Bissaka. Maybe like the bigger attacking.
But I don't say, like, in the finals, you probably want to go with a Trent if you're playing.
Trent's obviously probably a more exciting player to have in. And I think it depends on your center halves as well. I think
in my opinion, Trent defensively is not as bad as people say he is, but you know, you got to give it to Wan-Bissaka. This season at the start, he couldn't put a cross in, and now he's putting up nice crosses. He's not great on the ball.
Still
his
nowhere
touches,
near as Trent, but
defensively, you saw I locked up Sterling one match, and he's just been amazing. People rarely ever get past him. Yeah.
I probably think that. Not sure if this will happen, but I think Trent should be the right back. I think Wan-Bissaka. Well, I think it just all depends on the.
I think how we'll say it's Trent or Wan-Bissaka depending on the game.
Yeah. So the next positions we're gonna play the most ideal formation is the 4-2-3-1. So the 2 holding midfielders. One's obviously Jordan Henderson. The season he's had with Liverpool. Just won the league. Congrats to Liverpool.
The other one, nothing really.
They don't have any standouts. They have Declan Rice.
Declan Rice could be very good. Kind of hate how he changed his nationality.
Yeah, he's a snake.
Like that.
As the Irish will say.
I think Declan Rice, I saw him play against Chelsea and West Ham. He was great. He was really good at pushing the ball up, and defensively, he can also He's also a shout for center back. He can drop into that center back spot if needed, but I don't know how much he'll be used in that center back spot. They could possibly play with one defensive mid.
I was thinking, I've seen Leicester do this a lot where they play Maddison in a quite deeper role and he can just get forward and help advance with the ball and help the team go forward when in need. But I don't think he's the defensive player that they might want, but I think it could maybe work with Henderson.
I think Dyer also deserves a shout. Harry Winks could possibly get in there.
Not too sure about Harry Winks.
Defensively, they're pretty good players. Offensively is where it struggles for them. You can see with Spurs, they're not good at pushing the ball up, but defensively, they're pretty good. Even though Spurs don't have that many clean sheets. We'll just go for one defensive mid right now, I think, and we'll just play two
Henderson.
center mids or two cams. For the two center mids, who do you think?
I think Jack Grealish has had an amazing season. I think he deserves a better
I
team.
think he's fallen off a bit, if I'm honest.
I don't think he should play for England. I think he might probably deserve a spot in the squad. I don't think he'll be a starter. I think Maddison's just a bit better than him at this point. They have
I think
Dele Alli.
Maddison, if you had looked at the previous fixtures as well, I know he had a rocking start. That's why Leicester was so high up in the table. But recently, they've just kind of crashed and burned until that Crystal Palace game. But I think Dele Alli just deserves a shout for being there from before.
Dele Alli was one of the chosen ones before.
Jay Lings, my boy.
I'm not too sure about that one, mate. Jesse Lingard's not quite the person he was before.
You know, with confidence, Lingard is not that bad. But I think we'd have to go for Maddison. If there is an attacking midfielder role, possibly a Sancho could drop in there. Don't know how much he likes that position.
Got to have the right position for himself. Gareth Southgate has been playing Sancho on the right, and he's seemed to like him a lot there.
I think that would be a good shot. I think for the other midfielder, I'm definitely gonna go with Grealish. Just put him in there. I think.
Okay, now we can go on to the wingers.
Alright.
So as we said, the right wing, I think it should be Sancho, and I think the left wing should be Sterling. I know Shervin, as a United fan, might have some.
I don't particularly like Sterling that much. I actually don't like Sancho that much either. In my
Can't
opinion,
afford him.
I would probably go with Rashford on the left and Greenwood on the right. No, I'm kidding. Probably Sancho on the right or Sterling, because Sterling can play on the right too. And I think that's a pretty easy decision for both of us. We're not going to really change our opinions on that one.
I think Sterling and Sancho are probably the more favorites. I think Rashford, in
think
the World Cup, he came off as a bench player, and he was,
He's
even
definitely
still now,
changed.
I know he's a lot of a better player now, but he seems to be a impact player for England right now, because England's, to be honest, they're just quite overloaded in the attack.
They could also play Grealish on the left. I don't know.
I'm not too sure about that one.
He's played left wing because you saw him against United.
But I don't think he's good enough.
Scored a banger off the left. Striker, Greenwood. Gotta put him in there.
No, obviously
It's gotta be Harry Kane.
big number 9, Harry
I
Kane.
don't know about Harry Kane, honestly.
England's got so many attackers. They've got
Jamie
the likes of
Vardy deserves
Jamie
a
Vardy,
shout, I think.
Danny Ings, Calvert-Lewin. They've got even
I think on
Mason
form,
Greenwood coming up.
if Vardy's on form, you have to start Vardy instead of Kane. I know how good Kane is, but he's a bit too injury prone in my opinion. He's a bit sluggish. Coming against big teams, example for France, you've got fast center backs. They've got the likes of Varane, and you're just playing a team, and you're trying to have a hold-up player in Kane, and he's not going to have much pace. I think compared to Vardy.
I think I don't think they need the pace in their number 9. I think they have so much pace out on the wings. I think they need a true number 9 who will finish anything, and Kane's probably one of the best in the world. After the likes of Lewandowski and Mbappe, just out and out goal scorer like Suarez as well. He just finishes almost everything he gets.
The problem is, I don't know how many of those chances England might get with Kane up there. he doesn't necessarily make the same runs that a Vardy might do, or a Calvert. Not so much Calvert, but a pacier striker.
I think not
Calvert.
I think Danny Ings deserves a huge shout.
If he's still on form. My problem is he might not be on form.
Yeah, he kind of seems like.
One season, wonder.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see next season because it's obviously in a year. So the big thing with the squad is that they have a year to show themselves. You never know if someone new can come from the youth, or just someone that you wouldn't expect could just come out with a great season.
Mm-hmm.
I think also Phil Foden should have a shout in this squad. He's been a great young player for City.
I think we can probably name like a couple subs each and maybe say how far they might make it. If I'm going with subs, I think if you don't start Grealish, definitely Grealish. If you don't start Madison. Rashford or Sterling. I think one of the right backs could be a perfect sub.
They also have Trippier. We can't forget about Trippier.
Life went down after that free kick. I think
they should have some youngsters in the bench. Bring some excitement.
Foden.
The likes of Foden, Greenwood, Saka. Now he's played so well for Arsenal. He can play in so many different positions, which is something that Arsenal really like. And I think he's an outstanding player. Just signed a new contract. Just got a new goal.
With this team, how far do you think they can make it? They can make it?
How far do I think they can make it?
I think with a lucky draw like Croatia, they could easily make it to the final. We know that. Like, that happened in the World Cup. Most likely...
What squads do you think are stronger? I think France is stronger.
France is definitely stronger. Brazil. Brazil.
It's not Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, World Cup maybe.
France is stronger. I think Portugal still has an edge with Ronaldo.
I think Holland is starting to look like a bigger team, like a better team. They have the likes of Depay.
I think there's some smaller countries that could easily get past England. I wouldn't say Switzerland is one of those. I think Poland is one of those. Our colleague here is just having
my bad, yo. I was laughing a bit because of this goof behind the camera.
Who else would you say is a smaller country that could not? Serbia. It has a chance.
I don't think they have the striker.
Croatia could easily do stuff.
Do it again. I think Russia's not a terrible team.
They're a bit far.
Spain could maybe pull something out.
I think Spain in recent years has been underwhelming. Just because they haven't had the one player to really push them through. Before they used to have Xavi and Iniesta, and it's like, damn. But now they're kind of stuck. Italy.
I'm not too sure.
Are they even going to qualify? No. I think Immobile has definitely stood out. I think he'll definitely be the striker for now. I don't know how good they'll be, but I think England, honestly, semifinals is definitely they have to make it.
I mean, you never know.
If they make it to the finals,
they could have a hard draw.
True, but their goal, I think, as an England supporter, you're aiming for that semifinal. You're hoping to get an easier draw in that semifinal, get to the finals, and test your luck.
I think if they don't play France, I think there's no reason why they shouldn't be in the finals. Obviously it's a year. Players can come up through the ranks, but I think England's got the best probably youth in the world right now, with exciting players coming through.
As you mentioned before, Holland, now that I think about it, has two really good center backs in De Ligt and Van Dijk.
Yeah, they look very solid together.
That would be hard to get past. And
Dumfries is looking more solid this season, with even Van Aanholt on the left.
We've got Haps on the left.
Or Van Aanholt.
Yeah, I think
Wijnaldum.
Playing teams like Holland, where their defense is just so good.
And even midfield, they're very well structured. De Jong.
It's just they don't have a main striker. They have like Weghorst or Dost.
Depay's.
Depay, yeah.
They have the likes of Bergwijn and Promes to play on the wings, which I think is quite a good attack. So in all honesty, when I think about it, Holland should have a good Euros too. It should be exciting for them.
To recap, I think England definitely has a strong squad this year. They should be
strongest in a while.
Yeah, definitely in a while. I think they've got a lot of youngsters coming up. They should definitely make it to the semifinals in the Euros. past that, really got to have a really big star in the Euros for you to make it to the finals. But right now, that's all I can say.
All right, guys. PSA Rants out.